All right, you ready now?
I am.
All right, so I know you guys have done some great work on wearables and literally have done a lot of work on the shop floor proving this technology out, and I'd love you to share some of our lessons learned.
All right. So the shop floor is a key component to our strategy. We take a real practical approach when we evaluate new technologies, because we evaluate dozens of new technologies every year. And at the end of the day, it's got to be useful, right? I mean, because you've got problems. I mean, I don't mean you, sir. I wasn't pointing at you. I mean, we all have problems, but we have business problems that we're trying to solve. So at the end of the day, if the technology doesn't help the bottom line, then it's kind of a waste of time. The second thing is it's got to be easy to connect and deploy. That's just the core premise of being part of the cloud that we won't compromise on. And the third thing is we just love to go out and prove it. This is the cool thing of being part of the cloud. We can actually just take the things that we're working on in our labs at the office and the technologies and the premise that we have on how this might be used, and just run out to a customer, throw it in the car and run out there and plug it in without a whole lot of infrastructure build out, and start using it and see if it actually works and see if our premise makes sense and what needs to change. So we learn a lot doing that, and we have a ton of fun. One of the customers that has helped us significantly through this learning process is Fisher & Company. So I'd like to ask Scott Tollafield from Fisher & Company to come on up, and the always likable and happy Barrie Vince to come up as well. You may have remember him from our last year's glass video. So come on up, guys.
Welcome, Scott.
Thank you.
So Scott, thank you for joining us, much appreciated. First, I'll give you a little bit of background on Scott and Fisher. Fisher & Company does precision metal forming. They also do automotive seating. And Fisher has been a Plex customer since 2009, so we've had a great run together. And Scott is also a very active, engaged member of our customer advisory board, and has also, as we said, been very engaged with us on this wearables project. And it's important to point out that Scott and his team were actually the very first customer out of the gate to raise their hand and say, Plex, we want to work with you on shop floor wearables. And Scott, I think it would be great just to start out and talk about what drives that experimentation, innovative mindset at Fisher.
Sure. Well, the Fisher name has a long and impressive history, mostly because innovation's always been part of its culture. We're always out looking for new ideas. Years ago, we looked at a device similar that had a screen over one eye, but it was very bulky, had very heavy programming requirements, so we never actually implemented it. We wanted to see if Google Glass, along with the Plex manufacturing cloud, could deliver on the benefits we thought we saw back then.
So that's great. So tell us what you've done so far around wearables and some of the things we partnered on.
Okay, we started with a few simple processes. We did a material handler and a supervisor view. In fact, the day Barrie came out to try out the first pair of glasses, one of our scanners happened to be down. So Barrie quickly configured those glasses, one of the ring scanners, and started scanning materials for us right off, and we've been doing it ever since. We are honestly very impressed with the technology. We find it much easier to deal with. It's faster. It's much more convenient than the current scan guns.
I love that story of how we got started together on the shop floor. So Barrie, I know we've also learned a lot from using wearables at Fisher. Share some of our insights.
Glass is a very good platform, but it does have some limitations. What we found is by pairing glass with other technologies, we can expand its capabilities and ease of use. The first technology we found are these little Bluetooth iBeacons. iBeacon is a device that emits a low-energy Bluetooth signal containing a unique ID. As you can see in this video from Fisher, what we do is put one of these at each work center. When glass comes within range of the beacon, it uses that unique ID to identify where you are on the shop floor. So now, we automatically display real-time machine data or other location-based information on glass based on where you are. We also found pairing glass with a Bluetooth wearable ring scanner is a great way to scan barcode labels. Being able to scan barcodes hands-free was one of the things that originally drew us to glass. As I'm sure you're all aware, on the shop floor, not all barcode labels are die level. What this means is for a user to be able to scan using glass, they would really have to be a gymnast. Or if you're me, the ring scanner eliminates all that. And as you can see from the video and from my gymnastics, it still allows the user to be hands-free.
Great job, Barrie. I hope you don't pull a hamstring over there. So, Scott, what do you see as the next steps for Wearables and Fisher on the shop floor?
We find the iBeacons a really valuable addition. We're looking to add that location awareness to tablets and phones and other devices. And in fact, we talked with Barrie earlier this month, and based on initial testing, our team found that the scanners and the wearable and the ring scanner are a much more effective solution than the current scan guns. So we're looking to roll that out across the organization.
Fantastic. It's exciting stuff. And I know this is just the start. Jerry, you've got some other things cooking in the lab, so why don't you share with us what's next?
Right, so connectivity is so important. It's what allows us to do the real-world experimentation. We have some really good ideas on the next things next applications and technologies that we're looking at bringing to the shop floor. You know, Barrie talked about the ring scanner and the beacon and the glass, and these are all cool devices, but it's really about taking the next generation of wearables and building integrated solutions for the shop floor. For instance, we're looking at using glass and the beacon as maybe a safety application. You can imagine a forklift driver wearing the glass and putting that beacon into everyone's safety vest. That way, when the forklift driver is driving around a corner, he can be alerted to someone's presence on the other side. We can even identify the person in the glass so he can decide whether he actually wants to stop or not. It's a plant manager, don't stop. It's a simple application, but it could be really life-saving. So I asked Barrie to bring some of the new devices that we're looking at that you might someday see on a Plex shop floor nearest you.
We're looking to expand the usability of glass by pairing it with Bluetooth-enabled quality measurement tools for collecting check sheet data, like this caliper. We're looking to improve the ease of use of glass by pairing it with Go Glove. Go Glove allows a user to trigger activities on glass with a simple gesture. This is ideal for environments that require users to wear gloves on the shop floor. It could also be used to improve efficiency by reducing hand-arm motion. And we've been experimenting with apps for other types of wearable, like the Apple Watch. By pairing the watch with the iBeacon technology on the shop floor, we can deliver the production status of nearby work centers. Really, this could be any data or notifications based on the needs and requirements. And of course, this will work on basically any wearable running Android OS as well.
Thanks, Barrie. A nice Plex blue watch band there. I like that. That's sharp. So, you guys know my next question.
Yep, glass and the beacons and the watch and everything that Barrie showed you this morning is available for you to experience yourself out at the Experience Labs.
Great, thank you. And Barrie's going to be down there demonstrating all of this new technology. I'm sure he'll sign some autographs as well for you if you'd like, our local wearable celebrity. So Scott, Barrie, and Jerry, thank you.
Have a seat.
As you can see, we have been incredibly busy this past year building all kinds of new innovative products. So just to briefly recap, this morning we announced the following. New opportunities for collaborative innovation by creating new product advisory groups and new ideation capabilities built directly into the Plex customer community. We showed the new Plex UX, which looks great, and shared our intent to offer a very customer-friendly, flexible rollout plan that allows you to take advantage of Plex UX at your own pace. We announced our new analytics offering, Plex Insight, which includes a host of prepackaged analytics and new tools to make it easier for you to extract data out of Plex and report on it. We announced our new cloud integration framework called Plex Connect, which includes a new set of modern standards-based APIs and a library of pre-built connectors to make it easier to integrate partner products into the Plex manufacturing cloud. And finally, we shared some pretty cool stuff in this last segment with how we're working with Scott Tollafield at Fisher & Company to drive productivity gains on the shop floor using innovative wearable technology. I'd also like to thank Paul Wright of AccuRide for sharing his journey with us this morning, and also for partnering with Plex to help build out our Enterprise Edition. So, lots and lots of exciting new innovation introduced this morning, and I'd like to invite all of you to stop by the Plex Experience Labs over the next couple of days to check it out. Thank you again for joining us here this week. It's going to be a great week in Nashville. Enjoy PowerPlex. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you
Thanks,
for
Scott. Great
attending
job.
this morning's keynote.